Hi, I'm Macaulay, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do this rainbow makeup tutorial. I have some mascara on from earlier, so I'm just gonna first take that off. And I like to use these soothing facial wipes. They have like a little unicorn on them. They're really cute. My mom just got them for me. It was awesome to find this. So I'm just gonna do that now. Okay, so I think it's off for the most part, which I mean, we're just gonna put it back on later anyways, so that doesn't matter. So my makeup is kind of a mix of old stuff that's not super nice and that I got at like CVS and Walmart, and a couple of new things that I got because I got a Sephora gift card for Christmas, so those are the nicer ones. So honestly, just use whatever makeup is closest for you. Like if you want to take the price down because that's more affordable for you, go ahead. If you want to take the price up because you like the quality of the products, go ahead. But first step, well actually, so first step was shaving my mustache off camera. So second step, I'm going to be putting on my foundation, and I just use Maybelline New York's Fit Me, and I use 110. I don't know if it's the right way, but it's the way that I do it. I just kind of put my beauty blender, and this is really dirty, I need to clean this. Put my beauty blender on it, I turn it once, turn it one, and I just get like a little bit on there. And then, sorry, the mirror's behind you, so I'm gonna look behind you. I just kind of dot it around on my face, like over my face. And if there's like something in particular that I want to really cover with it, I'll put the dot right on that point. But then once my face is kind of covered in dots, I just start blending it in. And then I go down the neck a little bit with it. And I actually think, since this is summertime and I bought this like 2 years ago in the winter, this is a little bit pale for me, but I don't really care. Because I'm cheap and I don't want to buy a new foundation if this is like close enough. So then I take this broken Rimmel Stay Matte powder and I put that on my face. It makes my skin look a little bit softer and a little bit less flat, I feel like. I don't know if that makes sense, but this is just the way I've been doing it for forever. So that's how I'm gonna do it. So in case like powder or foundation gets on my eyebrows, I actually lick my fingers and like do that to make sure my eyebrows are clean. And then I take, this is L'Oreal Infallible Pro-contour, and it just has this little brush. So I take a little bit and I go on the sides and framing the face, and then I rub it in with my brush that I used for the powder. I don't do a super dramatic contour, but I do a little bit of contour, just because, mostly because my foundation is so pale that I don't have color in my face anymore, so I try to add it back with a little contour. And so then I take CG's CoverGirl, right? Yeah. Take this CoverGirl blush. I don't know if these have different shades. This is what I use. Oh, this has a shade on it. 813 light. So for blush, I just kind of like smile, and I have like low balls in my cheeks when I smile. So I just like and put it on my balls, my cheek balls. And then I rub it back a little bit, but not like, I don't put a whole lot on, and I don't do it super dramatically. So there's my blush. And then, so for my eyebrows, I actually use eyeshadow because I just don't want to buy more products. But I use CoverGirl Daring Nudes, and I take the second darkest color, so the dark brown. And then for brushes, for all my brushes, I use Sonia Kashuk, I think is how you pronounce it. And so for this, it has a liner brush. These are out of order. So I take the liner brush, it's got like an edge like that. Make sure it's clean by dabbing it on this makeup wipe. And it actually had a little bit of purple in it, so that's good that I cleaned it. And then just kind of rub it on my hand to get all the makeup remover off. And then I take this, and I kind of just go in and outline my existing brows. Not super like fancy or technical. Just kind of fill in the blank spots. I haven't gotten my eyebrows done, tweezed, waxed in a while. That's okay. So now my brows are super dramatic. So what I do to make it look a little bit more natural and a little bit less dark is I just take my fingers and kind of rub it in. And that gives your brows a little bit more natural, because I don't really go for the super like done brows, which I love that look. I think that looks awesome, but I don't really do it for myself. And then, so in preparation for what the lip gloss that we're gonna put on, I'm gonna put on a little bit of lipstick that's not actually lipstick. This is Maybelline Baby Lips, which is actually a lip gloss, but it is tinted purple. Does it say what shade it is? No. Oh, it does. 80 Berry Bomb. So this is super old. I got this in, I think, middle school. And it probably expired. Throw out your old makeup, kids. So you can see it's like a little bit colored. So we're just gonna let that sit there. And now the rainbow part. So I have this Sugar Crystals palette. I just got it. I love it. It's really pretty. This is what the inside looks like. It's really, really pretty. I love it a lot, but it was $42. So if you don't want to spend that, I do not blame you. But anyways, so what we are gonna do, or what I'm gonna do and show you, is do rainbow like Roy G. Biv, like that, except this doesn't really have a super green. It's more like a turquoise, and then it doesn't have a red, it has more of a pink. So, but it's close enough. I actually asked two of my friends. I was trying to decide between two different kinds of two different eyeshadow palettes. The other one was only $24, but they were like, you have to get this one because it's so much brighter. And I was like, you right, boys, you right. So now I'm taking, I didn't even tell you, the brush that's labeled as shadow. It's basically just like a typical eyeshadow brush. And I'm cleaning it a little bit just to make sure there's nothing on there. And then again, wiping it on my hand. And oh, I almost forgot, primer. I bought this primer new also too. Anyways, this is Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion Original. And primer is supposed to basically just make your eyeshadow look more vibrant on your face. So we're gonna put some on the lid and whoop, whoop, whoop. And so I just kind of put some on there and then rub it in with my finger. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to apply primer, but it happened, and it is happening, and it will happen in the future. Primed and ready to go. So now I'm going to start with the shade Bubblegum. So you're just gonna kind of start out the final third of your eye and just kind of start putting it on there. And basically how I do eyeshadow is I start off a little bit messy and then I clean it up afterwards. So make sure you get a hefty amount on there so that it looks really cool and vibrant and beautiful. So just put a bunch on there. Wipe your brush off a little bit. Don't like, I just wipe it onto my hand. Don't clean it all the way, because I find that if the colors are bleeding a little bit, it looks better and it blends better. Oh, and now I'm doing Pearberry, so I'm just going across like that. And once you've got, and so this is the middle third of your eye, once you've got a significant amount on there and you're like, ooh, that looks good, you can kind of blend it together a little bit just by like rubbing back and forth. It's basically what I do. Just kind of rubbing between them so that they go into each other a little bit more. And I'm gonna put more down near my eye lashes because I need more down there. Okay, and then lastly we're gonna take Banana and just put this all the way over into this part of your eye. Get a lot of banana on there because it's such a pretty yellow. And so now I'm just gonna take my brush and and I haven't cleaned it at all. I still have that banana on there. I'm just gonna kind of rub from one side to the other of my eye to kind of make the colors bleed into each other a little bit more. And then I'm going to take this little brush from earlier. I'm gonna start with banana. I'm gonna go up under my eye, not on the waterline, but just beneath where the lashes are. Next, I'm gonna go back to Pearberry and do it next to the banana. And lastly, I'm gonna go back to that bubblegum, do it underneath, but then also take it out into a wing. So I'm gonna take it about to there. So you can see it's kind of, if my eyebrow were to continue coming down, it's a little bit before where that eyebrow would be, if that makes sense. And then you're just gonna take the top part of it and make a point. So yeah, it's not like upwards wing, it's kind of outwards wing. And if you need to use this brush to get down into the bottom of where your eye is, go for it. Do whatever you need to do to make this look the way you want it to look. And so now I have this messy stuff up here. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of the foundation, just kind of clean up that edge. Like that, and then just blend it in. All right. And now I'm gonna start with the other eye. So start with cleaning your brush again, because you don't want any of your warm colors to get into your cool colors. So we're gonna start from the outside in again. So this time, we're gonna start with Jelly Bean and go. So I'm just doing the exact same thing, so cover the last third of your eye. And Jelly Bean isn't super pigmented or whatever. It's very bright, but it's not super pigmented. So you're probably gonna need to get a lot of product in order to see it well. For Blue Raz, it is super pigmented and super like bam, which is awesome, but it does kind of overpower other colors when you try to blend it. So I would suggest just taking like a tiny little dab of it. Just tap your brush. And then taking that in. And that goes again in the middle third of your eye. And then just gradually building up that blue instead of going full on. Look at that, look at how like, I love it. And then finally, Mint Choco. So that's like our green, blue, turquoise color. And then just blend that all over. I think this eye looks like a sunset and this eye looks like a peacock. That's not relevant to this tutorial, it's just what comes to mind when I'm doing it. And it's okay if they're not like super perfectly blended in, because you really do want to see all of the different shades of the rainbow. And then, oh, I got purple on my brush because I forgot the other colors. Anyways, I'm gonna start with the wing because why not? I just messed up. And so we're gonna do the same wing on this eye as we did on this eye. And since it's eyeshadow, it's a lot easier to get off. So if your wings are uneven or asymmetrical or whatever, it's a lot easier to take it off and retry. See, I always do like this one more down and this one more up because my eyes are different shapes. Alright, they're not like perfectly even, but I'm not super mad at it, so it's fine. Anyway, so then you're just gonna take the other colors like we did on this eye. So next would be the Blue Raz, and you would take that, a little bit of that, and put it underneath the eye. And then lastly, the Mint Choco. So now we are going to take Lemon Drop, and I just use my finger and put it on the inside of the This is my right eye. Oh, she's so shiny. And you can take it over a little bit as well. And then also use it to highlight the brow bone. If you have this palette, you can use pistachio, but I actually like better. I have this NYX like build your own palette thing. And I bought this when I was a sophomore in high school, so I don't remember what any of these colors are called. These are the colors I have, and I'm gonna use this really bright, sparkly turquoise. And so then I don't have highlighter. I usually just use eyeshadow as highlighter, and I've used this. This works amazing. I've been using it for years, but now that I have this, I'm using the sugar crystals as a highlighter. And what I do for highlighter is I basically just, this part of my jaw, this part of my skull, so you can kind of feel it starts to go into your eye socket right there. So right before it goes into the eye socket squishy area, when it's still bony, just kind of rub this all over there. Can you see it on the camera? I don't know. And then the other side as well. I use my fingers more than I use brushes, but it's a vibe. And I also put a little bit on the top of my lip usually. I don't know if you can see my highlight at all, but it's there. We're going to take this biodegradable glitter that I have, and I got this from Plur Vision. And we're just gonna like stick it underneath the eye. So it looks like you cry and sweat glitter. Just stick it in kind of like a triangle. It's almost like glitter freckles if freckles went up super high. And I'm not sure if you can see there, yeah. All that glitter. So the mascara that I use is Better Than Sex Mascara by Too Faced. T-O-O Faced. Too Faced. So not the villain Too Faced, but yep. Oh, and so before I put on mascara, sometimes I just kind of fluff out my brow. I just kind of fluff out my little dude's eyelashes with my finger and then put it on. I don't really mess with falsies. I would say it's because I like a more natural look, but it's really just because I'm bad at applying falsies. So try hard. My eyelashes actually touch my, oh no, did I get, my eyelashes actually touch my lids, so I have to kind of stay like this for a little bit right after putting on mascara so that it dries and doesn't mess up my eyeshadow. So lastly, we are going to take this Hi-Fi Shine shade from Ultra Cushion Lipgloss. High Shine. And I tried out, or I swatched a lot of different lipsticks, and I really just like this one the best. It's really iridescent. It's not super pink, so that's why I kind of put the tinted lip balm on underneath it. Did I already get a hair in it? A little fuzzy. And so now I'm just gonna put this on. Look how shiny. And this actually tastes and smells like vanilla mint, which is an added bonus because I've had some Rimmel Stay lip glosses. When you rub your lips together, you can actually like feel the little sparkles. Or my lips are just dry. So I'm going to go to a more neutral background so that you can see this better. It's probably gonna have worse lighting, but we do what we can. It's definitely has worse lighting. This is the look. I hope you like it. I hope you try it. I hope you don't struggle with it, because if I can do it, you can do it. I'm not very good at makeup. Thank you so much for watching.